Hey guys, hi, hello. Thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Brittany, and this is Cash and Calling. I normally don't do videos in this type of setting, so please bear with me as I work out the kinks and all of that. This is my 2025 debt confession. So I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while, and it really just was a hesitation because you kind of have to put yourself out there, and that can be a little tough to put yourself out there, especially when you're in debt and you're going through things. So yeah, but it's I finally decided it is definitely time to do it, and hopefully it'll encourage someone. I have all my stuff here. I am going to actually clip my mic on my shirt so at least that's out the way. I'm going to open up my planner cuz I wrote some things down that we'll be discussing, which is my debt. First, I want to kind of go over where we started the beginning of 2025 at, because I have made or we have made some progress on these loans or debt. So, let's start with the credit cards. So, at the beginning of the year, we had an Apple credit card, and I have to stop saying I because it is we. And when I say we, it's me and my husband. So, a little background about me: I'm 37, I'm married, we have 4 children, we have 2 girls, 2 boys, and I work as a nurse practitioner. My husband, he currently, as I'm filming this video, currently is laid off. So, that brings a whole nother dynamic into this picture that I'm not quite ready, honestly, to discuss yet. But I will. I will be talking about it as far as our plan going forth with our debt and saving and just paying bills. I'll be discussing that in upcoming videos, but that's not something I have not even processed fully in my head. So I'm not ready to discuss it yet. So please respect that. But the credit card, at the beginning of this year, we had an Apple card that was lingering. It had a balance of about $1,500. I'm proud to say that card is now paid off. So we don't have a balance on any credit cards. Um, and that's a blessing because at our highest, we had about $12,000 in credit card debt at the highest level. So we just paid that off, and it was a blessing in disguise, honestly, with all the transitions and everything going on right now in this season. All right, so got the credit cards out the way. Now let's go to car loan. So, car loan originally had a balance of $9,300. That's once we we paid down a hefty down payment on the car. Um, so we put about $17,000 down on our vehicle. Which, in hindsight, would I have done that? Um, Probably yes. To answer it, I often think about should we have put that large of amount down. But in hindsight, I say yes, we probably should have when I think about the transitions that are going on right now. So, not something I'm going to dwell on, but we were left with the balance of 93, about $9,300, a little over that. So, yeah, as of today, which I'm going to log in real quick because I did pay something recently and it brought the balance down more. So as of today, the car loan balance is $5,626.04. So to date, I'm gonna just calculate that really quick. Since the beginning of the year, paid, or since the auto loan, which we've had the loan for about mm, a year. I don't think it's been 2 years. I'm pretty sure it has not been 2 years yet. But we have had the loan for about a year now, and we've paid a total of $3,674 on it. Our goal is to pay this loan off within the next 2 months. With the transitionings happening currently and my husband being unemployed essentially, I don't know if that's realistic. So, as I said, I have not processed it yet. So, I don't know where we stand right now with paying off the car loan. I'm going to go next to medical debt. Medical debt for us stems from childbirth, honestly. I had my daughters, I had four children. I have two that are older and two that are very young, 1 and 2 years old. The medical debt, most of it stems from my daughters, whether it was the birth or complications afterwards. It's all related to that. So, with that being said, I was not in a rush to pay off the medical debt. I pay on the medical debt every month. Currently, I'm paying a total. I pay 97 on one of the debts and 30 on the other. So I pay a total of 127 currently. More debt has been medical debt has been added since those two bills. I now have more medical debt bills. And like I was saying, it all stems from either the birth or complications afterwards. After the birth of my 1 year old, so I have a 1 and a 2 year old. After the birth of my 1 year old, I had postpartum preeclampsia. The entire pregnancy was normal. I didn't have any complications, but postpartum, my blood pressure spiked. I had to go to the emergency room. I was in turn admitted to the hospital and started on medication for postpartum preeclampsia. If you don't know, postpartum preeclampsia is when your blood pressure is extremely high, your body begins to make extreme amounts of protein, and basically your body, in layman terms, is attacking itself, and it's very dangerous. It's not caught early. Thank God mine was caught early. But I said all that to say the medical debts that I'm about to go over with y'all stems from that and complications. Even recent complications. I had to have a CT scan recently, and I'm also having a echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound of my heart, within the next week. And so these last two bills are are the CT scan and the echocardiogram, but it all stems back to my pregnancy. So I'm still dealing with that. Okay. So 1705, so $1,705 is from my hospital stay with my last baby. $443.98 is from my baby's hospital stay in 2023. So the her birth, her being in the hospital, her she didn't go to NICU or anything, just a regular birth, regular stay, 2 days, $443.98. I have a medical bill for $510.96. That's from the CT scan that I recently had, like in June of 2025. I had a CT scan. $449.97 is from an ER visit with my 1 year old. She had RSV. At the beginning of the year, I want to say beginning of 2025, she had RSV. So we went to the ER. It's just the ER visit, y'all. She wasn't admitted. Um, it was a few hour ER visit, and we have a $449.97. The totals I'm giving y'all for these medical bills are after copays. I've paid on these bills the hospital bill for 1700 $1,705. I've paid that bill down. That bill was originally like $2,500. Excuse my background noise. I'm outdoors and my neighbor is cutting grass. So if you hear anything, that's what that is. So we still are not finished. So my echocardiogram, which is not added to this list, but I need to add it. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, my phone had died. But we were talking about the echocardiogram, which has not was not added to the list, but is $900. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead or I already calculated the medical debt total. The total is $4,009.91. So that is healthcare in America. And that's all from having my two youngest babies. I'm normally a healthy individual. I don't have health conditions. I don't take medications, anything like that. But childbirth. And so the echocardiogram that I'm getting is nothing wrong necessarily with my heart, or I pray it's not, but it's just to make sure, because when I did go to when I had postpartum preeclampsia, my blood pressure was extremely elevated, and that can cause, heart problems. And sometimes I feel like I have like a chest tightness or something tight going on in my chest. So it's really for my peace of mind. The cardiologist, he was on the fence about doing it. I'm glad he is. And so that's another debt that I have. All right. So moving on, let's go to student loan. Now, this is the big one. I avoided looking at the student loan for a long time, only because out of sight, out of mind, right? But that's not the case. The Bible says you should owe man nothing but to love him. So I wrote it down. Now I don't know what the plan is, or I think I have a plan. So let's discuss it. The balance for my student loan is $137,012. That's multiple loans, like multiple loans. My plan is to do the public student loan forgiveness, or I applied for it and they did some qualifying payments. Like um, some of them are qualifying and some of them are not. So they gave me 55 qualifying payments on some, and some of the loans they did not. So my plan for the other ones are to apply for the income based repayment program. And I've been on that before. When I was on it before, it was for one set of the loans, it was $15 a month. For the other, he said it was 115 a month, something like that. With my husband being unemployed now, hopefully that'll either be the same or lowered. So I have to see. But I'm writing it down because it is a debt. Do I feel like I have should have to pay student loans? No. I got most of these loans when I was 17, well, 18, 19, 20 years old, teenager, with no understanding of real life or anything like that. And I felt like I had to go to college. I had to get the loan. I didn't come from much, so I didn't. My parents couldn't pay all the money up front, or my mom couldn't. My dad was deceased at that time. So I felt like it was all on me to make better for myself, and I feel like I have done good for myself. But these loans are something that I wish I had better understanding before I took them out. But I mean, I can't go back. I can't reverse time. So yeah, that's where we are with that. The last thing is my house or our house. Our house totals $132,432. Um, some would consider house a good debt. But this is a debt confession, so this is one of my debts, whether good or bad. Currently, we have equity wise, we're sitting at about 100,000, maybe even more in equity on our home. We thought about selling it, but I don't know if that's a wise decision. It's something we haven't really thought through wholly yet, but we thought about it, but we haven't just processed it yet. And yeah, so $132,432 for that. So far this year, we said at the beginning of the year we're going to be aggressive about paying it down. We've paid $12,988 since the beginning of 2025. So that is all of my debt, or our debts. We're married, so our debt. Plan for the debt. So, plan currently, I don't know. We had a plan at the beginning of the year that has changed, okay? The reason that has changed is because the circumstances have changed. Um, so I don't know if we're going to be as aggressive about paying down debts right now. But I'll go over the plan we had at the beginning of the year. And we're not going to talk about current situation, okay? So the plan we had at the beginning of the year was to aggressively tackle debt. Our goal was to pay down the house at the beginning of the year. About 2 months ago, well, about a month ago, that shifted to aggressively doing the debt snowball. The debt snowball is when you pay your debts from least to greatest, no matter the interest rate or anything like that. The thought behind it is it motivates you to continue. So once you pay down a debt, you can roll that money that you were paying on the previous debt to the new debt and keep going like a snowball. So about a month ago, like I said, everything shifted from paying the house down aggressively to paying the credit card, then the car loan, then the house. Because honestly, student loan and medical debts, although I have them listed, is not a priority. And I'm gonna just be honest. Um, it's not a priority for me, even right now. I wanna make some kind of arrangement to pay it and yeah, I want to make sure I make some kind of arrangement to pay these things, but it's not a priority. So the plan was about a month ago, everything shifted to pay down debt. So we have done one snowball. We got the credit cards paid. Our next snowball went onto the car loan. So, which the balance has decreased, but we got about 5,000 something odd dollars to go on the car loan. And so that's our plan. So once the car loan is paid off, we were going to go to the house and get the house paid off. And our goal is still to purchase land within the next 2 years and begin to build on the land that we purchased. So that's kind of where we are. That's my debt confession. I want to say this journey has humbled me, it stretched me beyond belief, y'all. Beyond belief. It's also made me stronger, it's empowered me. I've learned that discipline beats excitement. So I might want something in the moment, but I can't get everything I want. That's truly what I learned. I feel like in this season that delayed gratification is okay. Budgeting is okay. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. If you're going through something similar, be encouraged. It's going to be okay. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please comment, please share. I would truly appreciate it. I will be putting out more content about how we're handling the transition. I am currently looking for employment, or I have a full-time job, and I actually applied for it's not even a part-time job, it's like less than part-time. It's what we call in the nursing world per diem or PRN. So just working a few hours here and there, and I actually got accepted for the job, and I'm going through the process of doing like my background checks and all those things right now, and a little education they want me to do. The job, it pays really well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going through the credentialing process at this time. And if if you're a healthcare worker watching this, you know that credentialing can take a while. So in the meantime, we still have to live life. We still have girls that are needing tuition paid. We still have to pay our mortgage. We still have to pay our car loan. We still have to pay all our bills. So be looking for more content of how I'm actually navigating that and how I plan on saving, if we'll be able to save it all in this season. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Bye. See y'all on the next one.